July 6, 1942. A few days ago, Father began to talk about going into hiding. He said it would be very hard for us to live cut off from the rest of the world. He sounded so serious, I felt scared. Don't worry, Anarchy. We'll take care of everything. Just enjoy your carefree life while you can. Carefree? I was born in Frankfurt on June 12, 1929. Because we're Jewish, my father immigrated to Holland in 1933. He started a business, manufacturing products used to make jam. But Hitler invaded Holland on May 10, 1944, a month before my 11th birthday. 5 days later, the Dutch surrendered, and the Germans arrived, and the trouble started for the Jews. Father was forced to give up his business. We couldn't use streetcars, couldn't go to the theater or movies anymore, couldn't be out on the street after 8 p.m., couldn't even sit in our own gardens. We had to turn in our bicycles, no beaches, no swimming pools, no libraries. We couldn't even walk on the sunny side of the street. My sister Margot and I had to go to a Jewish school. Our identity cards were stamped with a big black J, and we had to wear the yellow star. But somehow, life went on, until yesterday, when a call-up notice came from the SS. Margot was ordered to report for work in Germany on the Westerbork transit camp. A call-up. Everyone knows what that means. 5:30 this morning, we closed the door of our apartment behind us, 10 days earlier than my parents had planned. My cat was the only living creature I said goodbye to. The unmade beds, the breakfast things on the table, all created the impression that we left in a hurry. And our destination? We walked 2.5 miles in the pouring rain, all the way to Father's office building. Our hiding place, the secret annex, is right behind it, upstairs. Even though the Germans forced Father out, he still runs the business with Mr. Kraler and me, who have arranged to help us while we're in hiding.
Oh, Rat!
Shh! Oh, man.
Mr. Frank, thank God you arrived safely. Me and Margot. Mrs. Frank, you must be exhausted. If only we'd known, we'd have had it all ready for you.
You've done too much for us already. And besides, it's good for us to keep busy. As you see, Anne's my little helper.
I can see that. Peter, come in.
Peter, first to arrive. Welcome, Peter. Peter Von Don, children.
Welcome to the annex.
Peter, Margot, Anne, you already know Mrs. Frank.
Mrs. Frank?
Forgive me, Peter, I'm not quite myself. But I'm so glad you'll be with us.
I am too. Cat! He has a cat!
A black one.
We have a cat too. I wanted to bring her here. But I know our neighbors will take care of her giving it back. I don't know what I'll do without her. But it'll be great having a cat here. Won't it be fantastic?
Anne, dear, don't get so excited. Peter doesn't know you yet.
He'll get to know me soon, though. It's going to be so much fun having people around. A whole other family. Won't it, Margaret? Yes. Like being on vacation in some strange pension or something. Romantic and dangerous at the same time.
What is it, Peter? My parents. They were right behind me, only one street away.
Okay.
You don't think they were...
Don't worry, Peter. You're just like me.
Mother's always jumping at every little thing. What's its name?
Mushy.
Mushy? Mushy.
I love cats.
Where'd you go to school?
They set up a technical school in someone's house once we were forbidden.
I had to switch with my mom's school during my Jewish lyceum.
I know, I saw you there.
Did?
See, what did I tell you? Now we're all here.
Just in time. We had to take the long way around. There are too many green police on the streets.
Welcome, Mrs. Von Don. Mr. Von Don. You know my wife, of course. And the children.
We must hurry. The workmen will be here in half an hour.
Such trouble we're tossing together. For all you need, we've done. And now we arrive early.
You couldn't let your daughters be taken away, Mr. Frank.
Please don't worry. We'll do everything we can to help you. Now I must run and get your ration books. Wait! If they see our names on ration books, They'll know we're here, won't they? Trust me, your names won't be on them. I'll be up later. You make a list every day. I'll try to get you what you want. And every Saturday I can bring 5 library books.
Thank you.
5? I know what my 5 is going to be. And remember, there are 7 of us.
I know, Mother. It's illegal then. The ration books. We've never done anything illegal before.
I don't think we'll be living exactly according to regulations here.
How will I ever get used to that clock? Oh, I love it.
Me and Farai will be here every day to see you. I've hidden the buzzer to signal when we come up, and tomorrow I'll have that bookcase placed in front of your door. And one last thing, the radio.
A radio? Fantastic. A radio? Thank God.
How did you get it? We had to turn ours in months ago.
Thank you, Mr. Bailey, for everything.
Oh, you'll tell them about the noise?
I'll tell them.
How can we thank you really?
I never thought I'd live to see the day a man like Mr. Frank would have to go into hiding.
What a journey. It's a wonder we weren't arrested. Petronella walking down the street in a fur stole and carrying a hat box in the middle of summer.
What do you need another hat for? It's not another hat. It's... I just don't feel at home without my chamber pot.
Now everyone, a few things. Quickly. Quickly, we must get organized before 8. Anne, sit down, please. Now listen. First about the noise. While the workmen are in the building, from 8 to 6, we must keep completely quiet. So no shoes, please. And move only when absolutely necessary. We can't run any water. We can't flush the toilet in the WC. The pipes go down through the warehouse and every sound can be heard.
Only one toilet for all of us?
And no trash can ever be thrown out. Not even a potato peel. We'll burn everything in the stove today. We can't go outside, of course. We can't even look out a window. No coughing. If possible, no fevers. Remember, we can never call a doctor. This is the way we must live until it is over. But after 6, we can talk, laugh, play games, move around, just as we would at home. This will be our common room, the place where we meet, have supper, like one family.
One family? Oh, I love that.
Now I think we better get settled in. As Mr. Mondon and I discussed, this floor will be the Mondon home, the lower floor, the Frank home. I know your space is tiny, Peter, but you'll be near your parents. Actually, I'm glad you brought your cat. He warns us there could be rats.
Rats? Oh my God.
I'm sure Mushi can take care of a few rats.
Now, can I help you with your things?
No, thank you. Come, Petronella, we'll go up to the attic and bring our dishes down. All of our boxes are up there.
Never can we thank you, Mr. Frank. I don't know what would have happened to us if it hadn't been for you.
You don't know how your husband helped me when I first moved to Amsterdam. Knowing no one, unable to speak the language, I could never repay him for that. And besides, he's been an excellent business partner.
Well, that's true.
God, it's hot.
You'd feel a lot cooler if you take that precious stole off for one moment.
You rested it. You haven't closed your eyes since history. How are you, Margot?
I slept, Father. Isn't it funny? Even though I knew it was the last night in my own bed.
Oh, you. You can sleep through anything. Now take your shoes off before you forget. You too, Peter. Shoes.
You're sure you're not too tired, Enki? Mother, please, I am fine. Hey, what are you doing?
Taking it off.
You can't do that. They'll arrest you if you go out without your star.
Well, who's going out? This way I don't have to be branded.
You're right. We don't need it anymore. Do you remember when it all started? People tried to look the other way. Their eyes always landed right here. Ouch. We sewed it onto a train.
The day they made us wear the star was the worst day of my life.
Look, left a mark. Do you know Hanley Gosler?
No,
Well,
never heard of her.
but you've heard of me.
Well, your father is my father's business partner.
You've heard of me, you've heard of me. I'm famous at my school.
That's true in a way.
What do you mean?
And you mustn't bother Pete.
I'm not flattering him. Mushy, mushy, mushy.
Tonight, we'll have our first real supper here together.
Thank you.
He's awfully shy.
You'll like him. I know.
I better. He's the only boy I'm going to see for. Oh, Pim, my movie stars, you remembered. I'll put them right. Wait, where's my diary? Uh-oh. I forgot to pack my pencils.
And no! And! Weren't you listening to me? You can never go down those stairs.
It was only for...
Never. This is what going into hiding means. This is what I was talking about. One mistake. One. It cost us all of our lives.
No, Father.
Remember, every day, me and Mr. Kraler will bring us food, books, their precious company, their friends in. That's rare these days. If the Nazis ever found out they were hiding us, they'd be deported too.
Your fountain pen.
Your fountain pen.
Oh, Pim, Pim, what a darling you are. All those bags of beans and potatoes. Is that all we're going to be eating every night? Not much variety, is there?
Don't listen to her. What she can do with beans and potatoes, my wife's a great cook.
Lucky for us.
Even with beans, you'll see. Oh, how I'm going to miss those gourmet meals.
Oh, Woody, stop exaggerating.
The women seem content, don't they?
Well, you can never tell with women, but I think we'll be all right.
Good. Mrs. Von Dahn, we'll meet up here at 6 and start preparing supper.
6 o'clock, yes.
Come away from the kitchen, Petronella. We'll be here any moment.
Maybe it was a mistake, Otto. All of us going into hiding together. They say it's better for families to separate. That way, if we're betrayed, caught, at least the
It's a
children.
perfect hiding place. The children would have never understood if we had separated. They couldn't have borne it. No more than we. We must be quiet now.
Und für das wir nun einzutreten entschlossen sind, bis zum letzten Hauch dieses Deutschlands, der deutschen Volksgemeinschaft aller deutschen Stämme, das Großdeutsche Reich, Sieg heil! Sieg heil!
Silence frightens me most. Each time I hear a creak in the house or step on the street, I'm sure that they're coming for us. I wander from room to room, feeling like a songbird whose wings have been ripped off and keeps hurling itself against the bars of its dark cage. Let me out where there's fresh air and laughter. Then I remember the Jews who are not hiding. I know we live in a paradise. We're as quiet as baby mice. Who would have dreamed 2 months ago that Quicksilver Ann would have to sit still for hours? What's more, could? At last. What were you writing that was so funny? Nothing about me, I hope. Can't I take a peek? No, Mrs. Von Don. Not even a little peek? Not even a little peek, Mrs. Von Don. All right, fine. I'm first for the WC.
Has anyone seen my shoes?
Shoes?
You took them, didn't you?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You're going to be sorry.
Am I?
Absolutely.
Anne,
And
Wait till I get you.
Anne,
I'm waiting, I'm waiting,
Anne.
waiting.
Peter,
Peter. And
Anne, give them back.
he.
Anne,
And ooh, you're strong.
Peter.
You won't get Peter. You didn't think I was strong, did you?
Anne,
And you're getting mad. You're getting really mad now, aren't you?
Anne! Anne!
Come on, Peter. Dance with me.
I don't know how.
I'll teach you.
I don't want any lessons. I
Please.
have to give Mushi his dinner.
Can I watch?
He doesn't like people around when he eats.
I'll be as quiet as being a mouse. He likes mice, doesn't he?
No!
I don't think you should play with Peter like that. It's not dignified.
Who cares if it's dignified? I don't want to be dignified.
You complain I don't treat you like a grown-up, but when I do, you resent it.
I just want to have some fun. What's wrong with that boy?
He's not used to girls. Especially a girl like our Amy. Give him time.
How much time does he need?
Come on, Margot. You dance it. I have to help with supper.
If we don't practice, we'll forget how. See, everyone? Margot's a real dancer in the family. Him. Dancing. Where's Peter?
In his room. His father will kill him if he catches him in there with that cat again.
Anne, darling, do me a favor and go get Peter out of his room. Peter. Oh, Peter.
What is it?
Your mother says to come out. You know what your father says. I'll feed Mushi.
All right. But just give him his dinner and come right out.
Is that any way to talk to your little girlfriend?
Mother, for heaven's sake.
Look at him, he's blushing.
You're crazy. She's only 13.
So, you're 16. Your father's older than I am. I'll tell you, Mr. Frank, if we're here much longer, we might even have a little annex wedding. I think I have a run here.
She's on the run.
hate them.
Good evening, everyone. I wish that I could stay for dinner, but I have no social graces. In fact, I'm so shy. I can't even get a word of mine.
All right, I heard about you. How you talked so much in class. Mr. Keesing called you Miss Quack Quack. He made you write a composition. Quack, 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 said Miss Quack Quack.
Go on, tell them the rest. That was so good. He read it out loud to the class, then to all his other classes.
I know about you. Always joking.
I don't always joke.
Always making fun of people. Quack, quack, quack.
I don't always. You're the most infuriating boy I ever met.
That's right, Dad, you give it to him.
All the boys in the world I had to get locked up with.
Quack, 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 and from now on, stay out of my room.
And excellent in history. And in Latin.
Meat's not here yet?
The workman just left a little while ago.
What's for dinner?
Beans.
Again? I saw you in there playing with that cat.
He only went in there for a second. He's been out here all afternoon working on his French.
Really?
How did I do in algebra?
I think we both better get an algebra.
How did I do?
How do you always do? Brilliant.
Very good. Except I think you may have used the subjunctive.
Are you sure?
Mrs. Von Don, may I try on your stole?
Anne! Of course you may. My father gave me this stole the year before he died. He always bought the best money could buy.
Did you have a lot of boyfriends before you were married? And it's not courteous to ask personal questions. Why not? I had a throng of admirers who couldn't keep their eyes off of me.
Our house was always swarming with boys. I remember the summer I was 16.
Oh, God, here we go again.
We had a big house in Bremerhaven. Those boys came buzzing around like bees around a honey pot. My father was very worried about me with all those boys buzzing around. He told me, if any of them gets fresh, you tell them, remember, Mr. So-and-so, remember, I'm a lady.
Remember, Mr. So-and-so, remember, I'm a lady.